Can't believe that it's true, I'm begging you, please tell me it's a lie. Cause I feel I've lost all control to break free. Where do I start? My vision's growing dark, I blindly choose a path. Memories that are all that's left of precious days I will never forget. I play them again and again, repeating each breath. But this time I'll protect you, I swear, with my life. Wind back the tape and remember the love that you once held close. Hold it tight and don't let go. All the feelings like the night sky. I'll make a wish and hope that it comes true this time. So the next version of me, they have a meaning. I can see the promise we made becomes a guiding light. I know I'll never let go. I will take this on for your sake until the end. If I could change my tears into strength and power, surely I'll find the future I see in my mind. Bring it to life. I'm losing all sense of reality. I'm raising my nails to claw against the night, but I'm struggling to break free from repeating every mistake I've made in my life. Cause it would seem I'm living on repeat. I'm fighting through my tears. When I'm lost, I can see a light. It's your dream, always shining so bright. I'll come back to your future. Though we may end up fighting our way against fate. Breaking down, go away. But I haven't given up just yet. Our resolve is so much stronger. Without we are together, we can both emerge into this world we have made. And brave for fate, with new eyes, we'll take in the sight. See our dreams and our ideals come to life right from the start. This world we unlocked, let's make for us. Maybe if we find a way to keep our courage, lighting the spark we've hidden inside of our hearts, we can restart, redo. Even if it tries to take our memories, I will never forget. And I promise I will never let this sequel bring you home again. Quickly now, the past will align. Before it fades, you've gotta save it from demise. And now's the time. Let it begin. All the feelings like the night sky. I'll make a wish and hope that it comes true this time. So the next version of me, they have a meaning. I can see the promise we made becomes a guiding light. I know I'll never let go. I will take this on for your sake until the end. If I could change my tears into strength and power, surely I'll find the future I see in my mind. Bring it to life.
Konbanwa, minaga. It's me, Kasweki, your furry Ian Vtuber and Ian Vtuber representative, and we are finally playing ReZero, Starting Life in Another World, the False King Candidate. That's what I choose to call it because False King Candidate sounds a lot better than Prophecy of the Throne. So yeah, this is the newest game to come out based on my favorite currently running anime series, ReZero, Starting Life in Another World. This series, I have to say, it's like, holy shit, that music! Oh my god! I had to turn my headphones. My headphones There we go. That's intense. Yeah, this series it's like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is my favorite anime series of all time. And then, well, no, Avatar would be my favorite anime series of all time. Then Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and then ReZero. Although there's a lot of movement in that top three, but ReZero is definitely up there. This is a visual novel / real-time strategy game, and story-wise, it takes place, as far as I know,
and finally,
in like the third.
Raise both arms and victory!
The third arc. Hold on, I gotta do some rearranging of my, cause there's gonna be hold on, I need to rearrange some things, cause there's gonna be like live 2D and all that shit in this. So let me make a special scene just for this game. Probably should have done this beforehand, but I didn't want to spoil myself or anything. But while I'm doing this, I'll talk a little bit about this. Story-wise, it takes place in between the second and third arc of the anime series. So, as far as story things go, I'm only going to be talking about. I'm only going to be talking about things that have happened in the anime up until this point. So, if you enjoy the characters in this game, or are interested in the story, you can go back and read it, or watch it if you so desire, without being too majorly spoiled. Let me move. Okay. Yeah, that's fine, right? Maybe I should move a little bit, like right here. No, people are gonna be showing up right there. Shit. And also, for the benefit of those that have not seen the anime or read the manga or the light novels, I am playing this game completely in English, even though it hurts my soul. It honestly hurts my soul, but I do it for all of you, because I love you all. You all are very important to me. Alrighty then, let's get back to it. And also, okay, so just a little bit of background. The main character, the one who's speaking right now, his name is Subaru. He was summoned into this other world, and the only power that he has is that when he dies, he goes back in time. So the basic premise of the show is that Subaru needs to overcome whatever obstacle has caused him to die. That's basically what it is. But also, he cannot tell anyone about his power. It's a very important thing. But let's enough dilly-dallying. Let's get into this.
Victory!
You really bring out the life in everyone, Subaru.
Live 2D. the same technology used to animate my avatar was used to create the animations and the characters for this game.
You may even be more popular than Ram and Rem.
Well, I mean, I did kind of put my neck on the line to save the village. And just like a true gentleman, I didn't hang it over their heads either. Surely such a gesture will have Mealy falling head over heels for me once more.
Even I don't know who Millie is. Okay, so if this is your first time seeing these characters, this world or whatever, they're going to start throwing out a lot of characters that you are not familiar with. I would do my best to. Yeah, I dislike Subaru. Hold on a second. He's the main character. I will say, okay. Towards the beginning, Subaru is kind of insufferable. He's your typical anime protagonist, but he does a lot of growing throughout the series. This is very, very early on in the beginning of his story. From in the beginning, you had the initial arc. Then you had the mansion arc, and then after this is it's like two. Yeah, right now, in both the light novel and the anime, we are in the middle of the fourth arc. This is in between the second and the third arc. So Subaru's character still has a lot of growing to do. Even in the fourth arc, he still has a lot of growing to do. Why can't he though? Is there actually a real reason Subaru can't tell people about his power? Yes, there is. Because I can give this much information. The one that gave Subaru his power is called the Witch of Envy, Satella. And so what happens if he ever tries to tell anyone about his return by death power? Time stops, and the witch she grabs his heart and threatens to squeeze it to pieces and kill him. And so he physically cannot tell anyone about his ability.
I don't recall ever having such feelings for you in the first place. Besides, I think their impression of you is a bit different. In their eyes, you're more of a sage than some legendary hero.
Oh, okay. So, in Japanese, Subaru usually calls Amelia-tan, which is like a pet name that usually married couples use, because tan is kind of like baby speak almost. Subaru has a Amelia is the main love interest of Subaru. Amelia just thinks of him as a very good friend, though, or like a little brother. At this point in the series.
You know, because you're so knowledgeable about so many peculiar things.
I guess I'm my own believe it or don't, huh? But I'm pretty sure the only thing they've caught on to are my radial calisthenics.
Subaru's name is really same as the vehicle brand? Yes. The name came before the vehicle, though, Corvus, I assure you. The name Subaru was around way before the car manufacturer came around. These early morning exercises ended up being way more popular with the villagers than I expected. This becomes such a big event that half the village participates every time, even today.
What else have I taught them in such a short amount of time?
Nothing
really comes to mind.
Yeah, it's a running gag that Subaru has a very mean-looking face. His mother has the same face, actually. That's where he gets it from.
Either way, it's been about a month since I came to this world.
Focus on talking to Amelia. Think back to what happened. Okay, what should I do? I should focus on talking to Amelia.
So much has happened since then. It's a miracle I'm even able to spend my time peacefully with you right now, Amelia.
Jesus, Corvus, can you give the dude a break? You just met him. You just met him. For fuck's sake. Give it a second.
Don't forget about the potato stamps in the game you've taught the children. Oh, and that mayonnaise stuff.
I already hate him. Give it a second. You'll grow to like him.
That's it. Mayonnaise.
And as a bona fide mayonnaise connoisseur, I succeeded in recreating such a delicacy with Rem's help. Rem is one of the maids at the mansion. By the way, both of these two, they live in a mansion. I'll explain why in a second. That's gonna come up in a while, I'm sure. Amelia ended up taking a pretty big liking to it. It's been a huge hit among the villagers. Information is power. Mayonnaise recipe. I got a mayonnaise recipe. Okay, cool. It's been a huge hit among the villagers in Arlen Village too, young and old alike.
Now I feel like my efforts in the Mob Beast incident were really diminished, seeing how it's being mentioned in the same line as mayonnaise.
The Mob Beast incident was in the arc directly before this one.
I put my life on the line for everyone, man. I mean, I went to help the kids from the village, only to get bitten by some dogs, and I even saved Rem after she tried to save me in the forest, and got bitten by more dogs.
That's a good recap right there. Mayonnaise, yep, that seals it. I absolutely loathe him. Okay, you're gonna hate this even more. Back on Earth, all of his parents would, like, in his household, his mom, dad, and himself, they ate mayonnaise as a snack. They would just, like, eat jars of mayonnaise together. He gets it from his parents. That is a real confirmed thing.
Then Roswell had to come in and save the day before the dogs bit off even more of me. To think, all that effort.
One
is on
spoonful and I'm ready to throw up.
mayonnaise.
Oh, dude. Mayonnaise is delicious to me, too. I don't eat it straight from the jar, though. But on a sandwich, it's really good. And also, Roswell, he is the lord of the mansion where they're staying at. I hate mayonnaise. That's understandable. I was told that to black people, apparently mayonnaise is disgusting. But I never felt that way myself. I always loved mayonnaise from a very early age.
Wait, hold up. Did I do anything other than get eaten by those hellhounds?
Aw, come on.
Not really,
Don't fuss
no.
over the small details.
Don't sweat the small
But
stuff.
Mealy!
Many of us know how hard you've worked. That includes Roswell, Rom, and Rem especially. And that goes for me too.
Huh?
I know full well the amount of effort you put into everything you've done lately. So no more being down in the dumps over all this. Alright?
That voice. Which voice? Whose voice? Oh dear lord. What are you talking about?
Well?
I'm never watching the
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
yeah.
Why are you moping about like a broken toy?
Subaru's
You're always
voice.
like this.
He has the anime protagonist voice.
Well, it's not like I was doing it on purpose. Anyway, this isn't fair! How do I not fall for you all over again after that?
Precious Amelia! I got a Precious Amelia, whatever, thing, card.
Yes. I think it's a pretty bad habit of yours to so quickly change the subject like that.
In the ADV part, you can enjoy the storyline and use the auto skip and backlog functions. Item screen, you can examine all the items you've obtained. Yes, on the floor, click the current scenario's progression rate. Item screen, you can check information such as character details. Help with the controls, use the button help. Now let's move the story along.
Oh? There's a dragon carriage in front of the mansion.
Okay, so in accordance with the anime and the story, as far as I know, just like in the actual anime and the light novels, because I guess that I can die in the RTS function, in the RTS portion of the game. So when that happens, I will go back in time, and I will be able to collect new information, and all of that, and try to figure out how to beat whatever obstacle I come across in the story, which is kind of cool. Just like in the actual thing. Since he'll come back, I'm gonna kill him over and over and over for all eternity. Jesus, Corvus, you're being very negative right now. Dragon carriage? You mean those horse carriage-looking things? Yes, the things you have already seen before. While these seem to be horse-drawn at first glance, there's a pretty distinct difference between them. The creature pulling the carriage along isn't a horse, but a giant lizard, yes, a dragon.
Although, now that I think about it, they were pretty common to see in the royal capital. What did you call it again? A dragon carriage?
Yes, it's like a horse carriage, except instead of horses, they get pulled by dragons. It's not that difficult a concept to understand, Subaru.
That's right. The land dragon is the one pulling the carriage along, so it makes sense to call it as such, no? Wait, did I make a mistake? Does it have a more official name?
No. I'm the clueless one here. You're correct, so don't worry.
Is that so? You aren't trying to confuse me, are you? I don't want to embarrass myself later. If you're lying, you'll really get a walloping from me.
Let me guess, he's gonna say no one says walloping anymore.
That's a pretty old school phrase.
Pretty much.
Whoa, it's massive.
I saw them all over the place at the royal capital, but this is the first time I've seen one up close. Amelia called these lizards land dragons. They're basically the same size as horses from my world. This is a new character.
Welcome back. Apologies for parking in front of the entrance.
And you are?
I am an envoy sent from the royal capital. An emissary of ours is currently tending to the Margrave.
An emissary? Could it be?
The Margrave is Wall's wall.
I believe it has something to do with the royal selection, as I'm sure you've surmised. I ask that you reserve any questions you may have for your meeting
No
with the
ordinary
emissary.
person.
They are awaiting your arrival inside.
The royal selection. I see. Thank you.
Okay, so here we come to another main crux of the story. So, Amelia here, the girl wearing the hoodie with the cat ears or whatever, she is one of 5 candidates to be the king of the kingdom. The king, queen, whatever, the ruler of the kingdom. So yeah, the other 4 people, so far at this point of the story, I don't think Subaru has met them yet, so I'm not gonna mention them. But just know that Amelia is one of 5.
Welcome back, Miss Amelia. We've been awaiting your return.
And this is the girl that's the subject of almost every single ReZero meme. Hold on. I need to move. I need to move out of the way. You know what? Fuck the logo. Get that thing out of here. Yeah. I'm going to go right here. I need to get out of the way. So yes, this is the flagship character of this entire series, Rim.
Thank you. I'm sorry for my absence. I hear we have a guest?
Yes,
Yes, an emissary from the royal capital is here to speak with you. Lord Roswell is tending to them now. I ask that you please join him.
Of course. This is a matter that involves me, so I can't just sit idly by.
An emissary from the capital, huh? This is pretty serious business. I'll be sure not to do anything stupid.
You should just not be there in the first place, Subaru.
Sorry, Subaru, but this is a rather important discussion.
I know. I'm pretty nervous, so that's why I'm preparing myself.
Why does Amelia have a plumb bob around her neck? Oh, that plumb bob, that crystal, is actually where her spirit, so she has something like a guardian spirit that resides in that crystal. His name is Puck, and normally he looks like a small kitty cat. But he is very powerful, so don't fuck with him. And he's also very, very furry, and people love to pet him.
Sister will be accompanying Miss Amelia to the reception room. There is no need for another servant to do so. Please understand, Subaru.
Seriously? I'm being left out?
Yep.
I'm sorry,
Because
Subaru.
you're kind of an idiot, Subaru.
Rem, please lead
Especially
the way.
at this point in the story. She has a sim around her neck. Got it. Pretty much.
Yes.
It does look like I've never noticed that. It does. Spent like years watching this shit.
Please return to your room for the time being, Subaru. I'll come by later and bring you some tea.
And there they go.
Yep.
I know I wouldn't be of much use with my practically non-existent knowledge of this world. But would it really be so much trouble to involve me a little more?
Yeah, it would be. 'Cause you have a habit of fucking things up, Subaru. Even though nobody remembers, what happened. Like, oh, also, so when, I think it probably goes without saying, but when he returns by death, the people, no one else retains the memories of what happened in that loop where Subaru dies. It just, everything goes back to that point where he gets revived. So no one knows like what happened like before that point, if that makes any sense. Only Subaru remembers. I mean, it's thanks to me that the peace and quiet has returned around here. Although I do understand I'm a little out of my league here. Inadequate.
But understanding that and giving up are two totally different things. Now, what should I do?
Just not do anything. Is there a witch of pride, lust, gluttony, etc.? Yes! Yes, there are. There's a witch for every deadly sin. I should try asking Rim again. During movement parts, control Subaru to talk to characters on the map or checkpoints of interest to gather items and information. Collect items and information are important to progress, so try talking to various people and checking different spots. An icon will be displayed over characters you can talk to. Try talking to Rim now. Yay! Chibi! What are the powers of each witch? That would be a spoiler for this point. Subaru doesn't meet the witches until the 4th arc of the anime, or the light novel, whichever.
I apologize, Subaru. I cannot allow that, even if it's a request coming from you.
At this point, he doesn't even really.
You give up on joining the meeting.
At this point, he doesn't even really know that the Witch of Envy is the one giving him his return by death ability, I think. Because all he sees is like the like a ghostly hand like clutching his heart when he tries to tell people about his power, but he doesn't know that the Witch of Envy is the one giving him his power. I think he might, I'm not sure. But he definitely doesn't know about the other 6 witches yet. After talking to Rim, try moving to another location. An icon has displayed over locations you can move to. Like the glowing circle right there. Look at that face. Don't you just want to kiss him? I should go to the main entrance for now. I'm curious about that guy outside. Looks like I won't be able to get into the reception room. I should get some info from that guy outside instead. What you just said, I can't go empty-handed. I should think about this first. By the way, can you tell me what their powers are in a DMPM? I don't give a fuck about spoilers. I could, yeah. Where does she keep them? Maybe Rim might know. It's a button where there's nothing to check in order to collect the... Where there's nothing to check in order... When you're not sure about what to do, try thinking about it. Identify the flower pot? That vase is a pretty flower, but now is not the time to be staring at that. Hold on. What if I gave this to the guy outside? Wait, no. If anything, Rim would appreciate this more. Tell the woman in the corridor to give her the flower you obtained. Why would I give her a flower? Like, Rim maintains everything in this mansion. She put that vase there, more likely than not. Why would I take that flower and give it to her? Subaru is a fucking moron. Which hallway was she in? East hallway. Here, Rim, here's the flower
This
that
is
you
for me.
planted.
Thank you. I will cherish it forever.
Why? You put it there!
Forever? I don't think it'll last that long.
Your kind gesture just makes me that happy.
One girl
I cannot
maintains
permit you inside,
the entire fucking mansion.
But I can offer my
Yes.
assistance with anything else.
Yes, she has a sister, a twin sister Ram, that looks exactly like her, but she has pink hair, who is completely useless. Almost completely useless. The only thing her sister can do is peel potatoes. That's pretty much it. She's useless in every other metric. But here's the kicker. This girl, Ram, is the younger sister. Ram is the older sister. There's a whole explanation for that too. But I don't want to delay it for too long. This story runs fucking deep, you guys. I could talk about this shit for hours.
Then I'll take you up on that. Do you know where Ram Ram keeps her secret tea leaf stash?
Does Rim get REM sleep or sleep at all? Yes, not very much though.
Sister's tea leaves? They should be in the cabinet in the back of the kitchen.
That's right, the kitchen.
Yeah, where else would you put the fucking tea leaves, Subaru? You have been training to be the butler for like 2 weeks at this point, including your returns by death. You've been training for like a month at this point. So, I don't know how she's alive. She is a demon. She is a demon. Yeah. That's part of the explanation for that. Both her and her sister are demons.
But if you drink her tea, Sister will be very upset with you.
Don't worry, Ram. I won't drink any of it.
I won't be drinking it, but that guy outside might. Well, it's not like I was gonna get anything out of him without taking some risk. Besides, who knows if Ram will find out anyway. If she was human, she'd be dead. Yeah, probably. Things go well, I can get some information out of that guy without Ram ever finding out about this. She's also, but she doesn't complain or anything. She does her job and she does it extremely well. And Ram seems like a complete fucking idiot. She's actually not. She's not an idiot. She's just very lazy. and not very capable. But Rem, because she's the younger sister, she does everything Rem says. Things go well to get some information on this guy without Rem ever finding out about this. If she does, I'll just kowtow and beg for forgiveness. So what is Subaru's goal? Does he want to go home? Or has he given up on that and wants to make a life for himself? So Subaru's ultimate goal is to make Emilia the ruler of the kingdom. That's his ultimate goal. He doesn't really have any aspirations for returning to his old world, but for now, he wants to make Emilia king. Has Subaru ever killed himself? He has, actually. He has. In the previous arc, he killed himself by jumping off of a cliff. Once he figured out what he needed to do. So far, if you are comfortable with me talking about this, at this point, Subaru has died. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think 9 times. At this point in the story, he's died 9 times. The 9th time, I believe, is when he jumped off the cliff. At this point in the story, that's the only time he's killed himself. But he has committed suicide a few more times after this. This story gets pretty. It gets very dark. Like, this can be categorized as a horror anime. There's some very fucked up shit that happens both to Subaru and to the people around him. Like, especially in the 3rd arc. The 3rd arc, like, I don't want to get too much into it. The third arc gets some of the most fucked up shit in the entire series. Even after that, how far back in time does Subaru go when he dies? Is it always the same amount? No, it can be anywhere from. I think the most amount of time he's gone back has been like 4 days. It depends on the circumstances. The most amount of time I think has been about 4 days, but it could be as short as like a few hours. I won't say when it happened, but there was a time when Subaru committed suicide, and he only went back in time to before he put the knife in his throat. There was a moment like that. And if all dying does is send him back, then that isn't too dark. Yeah, but when Subaru dies, he still experiences death. That's the thing. Like, he still experiences the pain of dying. Like, the way it happens is that he'll get stabbed or eviscerated or something, and he feels his life ebbing away, and he experiences all of that pain and suffering, and then just like he like snaps back to whatever restart point is set up for him. That's how it goes. So it's not at all like, it's not as easy as all that. If with each death there's a cost, then it would be darker. Well, the cost is that he like dying hurts. Like Subaru has said multiple times that no matter no matter how much he dies, he never gets used to it. Like it's pretty fucked up. There was one time where a death was so traumatic for him that for the entirety of the next loop that he went through, his mind was just completely broken. Like, he just couldn't do anything up until he died in that loop. So, is the Witch of Pride the most powerful? No. The Witch of Envy is the most powerful. The one that gives Subaru his ability. Because the Witch of Envy killed the 6 other witches. She killed the six other witches, and she caused a calamity that almost destroyed the entire world, up until somebody managed to seal her away. Well, it is Envy. Yeah, pretty much. But we've been stuck on this screen for too long with me just explaining ReZero. Do I... Let's see what this flowchart looks like. Strategic tea time. Make a suggestion to certain items to clear in the game. Item judges a West Hallway to clear in the game. Okay. So can I talk to him again? Need to get those tea leaves from the kitchen. Oh, okay. So the Witch of Envy is the bad guy? In a way. Shouldn't Pride be the strongest? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. And I don't want to get too much into why. There are power levels, but Pride is not the strongest. She is pretty strong, but she is not the strongest. Even not counting the Witch of Envy. Yeah, but this anime kind of breaks conventions. Tea leaves are kept in the kitchen at the end of the dining hall. I'll go grab those and head to the courtyard. Dining hall. Ram's stash of tea leaves should be in the kitchen. Yes, I know. Found Ram's secret tea leaf stash. Now I'm ready to go talk to that guy. Let's talk to the guy. Now I'll go see that guy outside. Thank you, Subaru.
Aren't you bored waiting out here all by yourself? Why don't you take a little break?
Now see, okay, get into a little... It's a little bit of a spoiler, but not really. This follows almost a very similar beginning to the third arc, which is the arc after this one, where someone from the royal capital comes to talk to Roswaal and Amelia. Subaru wants to join in on the meeting, but he's not allowed to. Subaru doesn't know what to do. He brings some tea out to the person driving the carriage and tries to get some information out of them. This is basically how the third arc begins, with Pride associated with overconfidence and bullheaded stupidity. The Witch of Pride is kind of like that. What I like about this anime is that the characters, they don't always follow typical anime archetypes. Or when they do, it's not the ones that you think they should be following. Also consider the worst of the sins. That's debatable. Like, all the sins are pretty bad.
Oh, thanks. I was just feeling a little parched. Are you sure I can have some?
He's frank and easy to talk to. Is this guy taking me lightly? What's with this handsome guy? I can't let this guy get near Millie. Should I have something in his tea?
What is it?
Oh, I was just thinking about how I should have spiked your tea.
Why did you say that out loud, Subaru?
What made you think that? This is safe to drink, right?
No, the worst sin is the secret A sin. Despair! A deadly trial, a deadly despair.
Who's to say? Just remember that it was offered as a gesture of hospitality to our most welcome guest.
What a horrifying threat. Just what in the world is it you want from me?
This being Miyagawa, pretty much, it does suck to be me.
For starters, why don't you cough up your name?
Oh, is that all? I'm Tiga Rallion, but you can just call me Tiga. And you?
I'm Subaru Natsuki.
Subaru
Just call me
Natsuki.
Subaru. And you don't need to worry. Your tea hasn't been poisoned.
That's a relief. But you aren't lying now.
Am I
Are you?
flickering right now? Oh, we're getting spotty here. Elgato's freaking out on me. Let me get a second. Let's try this. And we are completely frozen. Okay then. Alrighty. We call this dead on arrival. Well, Streamlabs is still working, thankfully. Alrighty then. Should I just hold on? God fucking damn it! I'm sicking off and because of. Oh shit! That triggered your epilepsy, Corvus. I'm sorry about that. That was a glitch. It definitely wasn't intentional. Yep, the Elgato just died on me. Yeah, if you're feeling sick, Corvus, go ahead and rest. I would much rather you not be ill. I have to take the stream offline for a second to fix this error. Or maybe it won't. If I go offline, just hold on for a second.